Hello and welcome to this new video, which is for second year students, high school of course. First term examination. This is an example for second year students for their coming first exam. Okay, so we have here a text and some questions to answer. You can pause the video, read the text and answer the questions. Okay, so I will start reading the text right now. Pollution is a major phenomenon that is disrupting all the different parts of our environment. The oceans of the world are suffering from a dangerous decrease in vitality. Before 1977, we thought that the greatest danger came from chemical pollution, but we began to realize that the drop in animals which feed upon the oceans was much bigger than could be explained by chemical pollution alone. The decline was due to mechanical distractions, dynamic fishing, or diverting rivers. If all this doesn't change, we will face an awful catastrophe in the long term. So this was the text, okay? You can read it and read it again, okay? We will start now with the questions. First question. The text is about water pollution or air pollution. What is the text about? So we will go back to the text and read again. We have here, the oceans of the world are suffering from dangerous decrease in vitality. So it is talking about oceans. Where do we find oceans? المحيطات or البحار, okay? Oceans. So where do we find them? We find them in the sea. What is sea? Sea is البحر. Okay, so does this text talk about water pollution or air pollution? So of course it talks about water pollution, okay? So we can cross this or just put a line here, okay? So that we know the right answer, okay? Water pollution is what is the text about, okay? So the text is about water pollution, okay? Question number 2. Say whether these statements are true or false according to the text, of course. Okay, so you read the text. According to your comprehension of the text, you say if these statements are true or false. Okay, so we start with A. Oceans are suffering from a dangerous problem. Are oceans suffering from a dangerous problem? So we go back to the text here, and we have oceans of the world are suffering from a dangerous decrease in vitality. So yes, oceans are suffering from dangerous problem, and this is true. We put T here, okay? This is old, okay? We have B. Chemical pollution is the only cause of this problem. Chemical pollution is the only cause of this problem. Is it true or false? Is chemical pollution the only cause of this problem? Is it the only problem? So we go back to the text and read. Here we have, before 1977 we thought that the greatest danger came from chemical pollution. We thought that. حسبنا خمنا, okay? That the greatest danger came from chemical pollution. But not from chemical pollution only. But we began to realize that the drop in animals which feed upon the oceans was much bigger than could be explained by chemical pollution alone. Okay, so no, chemical pollution is not the only cause of this problem. So this is false. Okay, and we bold it. Okay, here. All right. See, after 1977, specialists thought that the greatest danger came from chemical pollution. The greatest danger came from chemical pollution after 1977. Is it true or false? So we go back to the text again. And we have here before 1977, okay? So not after, but before 1977, okay? Before, not after. And we write here false. This statement is false. It's not correct, okay? D. An end must be put to this problem. Is it true? Is it false? What is it? So we go back to the text again, and in the second paragraph here, the decline was due to mechanical distractions, dynamic fishing or diverting rivers. If all this doesn't change, we will face an awful catastrophe in the long term. So of course we must be an end must be put to this problem. Of course we need or we must fix this problem. Okay, we as human beings must fix this problem. So this is true. Of course, an end must be put to this problem to end pollution, both water pollution or air pollution. Okay, we move to question 3. Answer the following questions according to the text. We have the first question. A. What is the problem that endangers our environment? What is the problem that endangers our environment? So we go back to the text and read. Pollution is a major phenomenon that is distracting all the different parts of our environment. So we answer like this. We go here and say the problem, we write the subject and then the verb and then the object or the rest of the sentence. Okay, so where is the subject? It is the problem. We write the problem that endangers our environment is what? Is pollution. Okay, pollution. Okay, period or dot or full stop. Okay, so it is pollution, like this. Okay, what could not be explained? What could not be explained? We go back to the text to answer the question, of course. Okay, so we have here in this second paragraph, but we began to realize that drop in animals which feed upon the oceans was much bigger than could be explained by chemical pollution alone. So what cannot be explained, the question, what could not be explained is this, in this second paragraph. But we began to realize that the drop in animals which feed upon the oceans was much bigger than could be explained, okay, by chemical pollution alone. So this could not be explained, this here. The drop in animals which feed upon the oceans was much bigger than could be explained by chemical pollution alone. Okay, this is what could not be explained. Okay, so we go here and this. Oops. Okay. All right. So the drop, or we can say what could not be explained is the drop in animals which feed upon the oceans. Okay, or we can say this from the text. The drop in animals which feed upon the oceans was much bigger than could be explained by chemical pollution alone. Okay, we move to the next question. What was the other reason for the decline? So we go back to the text. The decline was due to mechanical distraction as well. Okay, so not chemical pollution only, but the decline was due to mechanical distraction as well, mechanical and chemical. Okay, so the other reason for the decline, the other reason here, reason for the decline was and we write the mechanical distractions was the other reason for the decline was due to the mechanical distraction, dynamic fishing or diverting rivers. Okay, we can copy this like this and oops, we were here. Okay, in the second one here, where is it? See, yes, was yes, this small size. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this next question: what will happen if the problem doesn't change? So what will happen if the problem doesn't change? We go back to the text and read. in the second paragraph. Here, if all this doesn't change, we will face an awful catastrophe in the long term. Okay, so this is what will happen if the problem doesn't change. Okay, so here, same thing. Okay, like this, small size. Okay, yeah. So if all this doesn't change, we will face an awful catastrophe in the long term. And we move now to to the next question. Say in which paragraph the following idea is mentioned. Chemical and mechanical pollution are the major problems that must be fought. Where is this idea mentioned? Where is this statement mentioned? Is it mentioned in paragraph 1 or paragraph 2? So we have two paragraphs in this text. Pollution, it's first, and the second from here, oceans. Okay? So they ask, chemical and mechanical pollution are the major problems that must be fought. Where is it mentioned? So it is mentioned in the second paragraph. Okay? So here the author talked both about chemical pollution and mechanical pollution, okay, of both of chemical and mechanical pollution in the second paragraph, and the author said that they must be fought. How? He said that if all this doesn't change, means if we won't fight them, if you will not try to fight them or stop them, we will face an awful catastrophe in the long term. So here the author talked about, in the second paragraph, about chemical and mechanical pollution and that they must be fought. We must put an end, okay, an end to this pollution, to this kind of pollution. Okay, good. So now we put so in paragraph 2, okay, here in paragraph 2 we move to the other question, fifth one. Match each word with its definition. Word and definitions. Okay, so the first one we have feed. What does feed mean? Is it not the same as fact or event known to exist, or give food to? So feed means give food to. Okay, this is feed. Okay, feed means give food to. Okay, this is feed, means in Arabic يطعم. Okay, different. What does different mean? So not the same as or fact or event known to exist. So different means not the same as. Okay, different, مختلف. Okay, now we move to the third one, phenomenon ظاهرة. Okay, so phenomenon is a fact or an event known to exist. Phenomenon. Okay, ظاهرة. Okay, we move to the sixth one. Find in the text opposites to the following words. Opposites. Okay, we have increase. Where is it? We go to the text. Where is the text? Here. And we look for the synonym of decrease. So it is here. It is decrease. Well, increase. He said increase. Okay, so it is decrease, right? Copy. Here. And we go. Increase. Its opposite is decrease. Okay, now we move to the second one, smaller, and we go back to the text. Smaller, and we look up here in the text. We read and we read and we read and we find it. It is bigger. Okay, smaller, bigger. Okay, this is the opposite of smaller. It is bigger. Okay, so we move to the next one, the rise, and we go. The rise, we go to the text. Here, rise means the decline. Its opposite is a decline. سقوط, rise, الارتفاع. Okay, so here the decline is the opposite of the rise. Okay, ارتفاع سقوط. Okay, 7th question. Why the second sentence? So that it means the same as the one given. So this is the given one. This is the given sentence or statement. Okay, so you will have to write it so that it means the same as this one. You will have to write this one so that it means the same as this first one, this written one, this given one. Okay, so we have A. The word will face an awful problem. What can you say? So we delete this and type. Okay, so the word will face an awful problem. So this is, what is this? Do you remember? So this is the active and the passive voice. So this sentence here is given in the active voice. Okay, active voice. Okay, let's write it here like this. Okay, active voice. Okay, active voice. So we move to this one, which is normally in the passive voice, because we have here the object with the subject. Another problem is here. Okay, so we said that we write the subject plus the verb. Where is the verb here? The verb here is will face. Where is it? In which tense? It is in which tense? It is in the future simple. In the active voice, in the future simple. So how do we write it? How do we change it? So remember the rule that says we put here the subject, another problem, and then will. We type here will, and then add be, and then the past participle of the verb, which is face to face, and the past participle of the verb to face is faced. Okay, so another problem will be faced. Okay, will be faced, for instance, by the word. Okay, word. Alright, so here, when you have the future simple in the active voice, this is passive voice. Okay, so when you have the future simple in the active voice, this is how you write it in the passive voice. So the object turns to be the subject, and then the verb here changes. Okay, so since it is in the future simple, you write will plus be plus the past participle of the verb to face, which is faced. Okay, ed, we add the ed plus the agent. Okay, the word, by whom? By the word. Okay, so we move to sentence B. Man demolished the marine life. Okay, here where is the verb? Well, first, in which voice is it? It is in the active voice. Yes, it is in the active voice. So we will rewrite it. Okay, here we have man demolished the marine life. Where is the verb? The verb is demolished, right? So this is the verb. Okay, and here we will write the sentence. Okay, so here we have the marine life, which is the subject. So the object turns to be the subject, okay? Le complément, il will un sujet, okay? And then the verb. Here the verb is in the past simple, right? Demolished, from the verb to demolish. So since it is in the past simple, what does the rule of the passive and the active voice says? So it says when the verb in the active voice is in the past simple. So how do we write it in the passive voice? We write it like this. We write the auxiliary to be in the past. Okay? I was, he was, she was, it was, they were, we were, you were. So here the subject is singular or plural. So the subject here is singular, right? The marine life. The marine life was or were. So was. Okay? So we write here was, and then past participle of the verb which is to demolish, which is demolished. Okay, demolished by man. Okay, and the full stop. Okay, here is the passive voice. Okay. Now we move to the 8th question. Question number 8. Put the verb between brackets into the correct form. So you have here a verb. It is in stem, okay? So if pollution, verb to continue, to increase, our environment will be destroyed. What can you say? In which tense will you put this verb? So we have here the verb, the next one. We have two clauses. We have if pollution, the verb to increase, our environment will be destroyed. So here the verb is in the future, will be destroyed. So the verb here is will be written in the present simple, and we say if pollution, we write the verb in another color with another color here, and we write can, well, okay, we add the s. If pollution continues to increase, our environment will be destroyed. So here it's just like, for instance, when you say, if you study in the present simple, if you study hard, you will get a good mark. You will get in the future. So the first verb in the present simple and the second verb in the future simple. Okay, this is about prediction, etc., etc. You will go into details within the next year. Okay, about if, etc. Okay, there are many rules and different rules. Okay, well, we move to the next one. Next question, 9. Find or fill, in each gap with the appropriate word from the list below. Okay, we have needs, machines to satisfy, and serious. Pollution is a very problem. What is it? Pollution. So pollution is a very what? Is a very serious problem. Okay, so this is serious problem because most of it comes from what? Comes from machines. Okay, so most of it comes from machines which man has invented to satisfy his daily needs. Okay, invented to what? So invented to satisfy his daily what? His daily needs. Okay, his daily needs. Okay, so we read it again. Pollution is a very serious problem because most of it comes from machines which man has invented to satisfy his daily needs. Part 2, written expression. 5 points. Choose one of the following topics. You have 2 topics here and you will have to choose only one topic only. Okay, first one, use the following notes to speak about the problem of air pollution. Okay, so in the text we talked about water pollution, but you are asked to talk here about air pollution and its consequences. Okay, we have reasons and consequences, etc., etc. Okay, so notes. Factories and vehicles release gases into the air. A hole in the ozone layer. People suffer from skin cancer and asthma. Some plants and animal species are in danger of extinction. So you can talk first in the introduction about air pollution, just like how we did in the text. Pollution in general. You can talk about pollution in general and then mention that there are many kinds of pollution. And after that, you can start talking about air pollution, this kind of air pollution, and noting these and adding more details. Okay, second topic. In few lines, say what could be done to stop and prevent water pollution. So here in the text, we talked about pollution and what prevents it. What are the reasons? What causes pollution or water pollution? So here you will have to find some solutions. Okay, be done to stop. How do we fight against water pollution? How do we find solutions? What processes do we need to follow, etc., etc. So just imagine and say what are you thinking. Maybe you got a good idea. Yeah, so that was it. That was the exam, and thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Do not forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe. Take care.